What up, guys? Alchemist, and I got something nice for you. So today I got a glaive build for you guys because I kind of been like not posting glaive builds for you guys. I know I stray away from it because I'm not really a glaive user, but I got some heat for you guys. I got this build and I got another build that's more heat than this one, but I wanted to at least do one build that everybody's expecting, which is Edge of Concurrence and Triton Vice. Now, most people was probably expecting the Arc build with it, right? But I felt like Arc was a little lackluster with the goddamn glaive. I'm gonna be honest. I truly believe it doesn't work well with the Arc build because of one thing: Tempest Strike. Tempest Strike is so important for the bolt charge situation, but when you got the glaive in your hand, they don't allow you to do the Tempest Strike. They don't allow you to slide and melee. So it kind of it's very jarring in your gameplay loop when you know you got to swap weapons in order to get your Tempest Strike off. Very jarring. And the fact that you want to be up close and personal with the glaive to utilize the brokenness on it, like the insane DPS on it, I felt like Prismatic was a better fit for that. So we're using Prismatic for this build. So if you don't know what Edge of Concurrence do, basically when you get a certain amount of shots with this weapon and kills with this weapon, you can hold swear to change the form of this glaive into a Triton, basically. And when you shoot it, you can shoot at an enemy or on the ground, and it's like an electric current that follows the enemy that's nearby. Blow up, big explosion, does jolt to people that get hit by it, and yeah. And they added the new thing on it now. If you're doing sustained damage to one enemy with this Edge of Concurrence, it will jolt that target now. But that's basically the main thing on Edge of Concurrence. That's basically it. It just does a lot of damage when you do that, and you get free ammo when you do that hold swear form of it. So just very great glaive, bro. Out of all the exotic glaives, probably the best one. And then we're rocking Triton Vice with this exotic glaive, which is whenever we are near surrounded enemies, which is 3 always. Whenever we're near 3 enemies, increase our reload speed of the glaive and increase the melee damage when we swing in the glaive. I'll put the damage numbers on the screen. Glaive melee final blows overflow around to the magazine, so when we melee and killing enemies, we can overflow the amount of magazine that's usually in the goddamn mag of the Triton. So of the glaive, I mean. So if the glaive can hold 7 in the mag, this allow it that it can hold, like, you know, as many as you want, as long as you keep getting melee kills. I'm gonna be honest with you, as long as you keep getting melee kills, you can hold as many as you want. And then the glaive projectile final blows cause explosions now when you kill an enemy with it. So now it's gonna be explosions when we kill people with the range attack with the glaive projectiles. So what we're rocking in our subclass. First things first, we're rocking Golden Gun, just because of facet of purpose, so we get restoration in this build. Since we want to be up and personal swinging on enemies with this build, we're going to be using Golden Gun to get that restoration, so we can stay in the fight as long as we want and just melee the enemies to death and keep it moving. You know, just very aggressive, very aggro. Okay, I don't even think I used my Golden Gun really in my Lost Sector run, so that just shows you how much I was just using it for the restoration and just killing enemies for that. We're rocking Marksman Dodge so that we can use our Shade Step as much as possible with the lowest cooldown, because we want to be spamming as many clones as possible to distract the enemies from me, the range enemies, the ones I didn't get to their face yet and throw them 1-2s on them, right? So we want to make as many clones as possible so they get distracted while we run up on them and get that bing bop boom 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 bop bam. You know what I'm saying? That type of shit on you would understand. Okay, then we got Threaded Spike to sever them, just to get some dark transcendence energy mostly, but it is good to sever them while I'm trying to close the distance. Just gotta remember, swap your weapon so you can use your actual melee, regular melee. You gotta swap off the glaive, throw your Threaded Spike, and you can go back to the glaive right after. We're rocking Dust Field Grenade because you do bonus damage to enemies that are frozen, so we want to throw the Dust Field Grenade at them, freeze them, and then get that shatter melee damage on them while we swinging and beating up on them, and it freezes them so we get up close and personal with it and do some dumb damage. Give us a lot of dark transcendence energy as well. And yeah, I know you probably be like, well, why we didn't run Withering Blade? Because Withering Blade, I have to swap weapon to use my melee, remember? Threaded Spike, I can just throw it. If it bounces off of enemies, I don't have to remember to catch it. I'm gonna get some melee energy back. Dust Field Grenade, you can throw the grenade while you got the glaive in your hand. So it's way smoother for the gameplay loop. We're running Wither Shroud, Winter Shroud, so when we are up close personal beating up with his enemies, whenever we do chase them, put a clone out, we'll slow the enemies that's near us, giving us that damage reduction whenever we pop our shade step when we're near enemies, so we can live longer with the restoration on at the same time. And while we slow enemies, it make it that we get our class ability back quicker with the uptime. So we're gonna be up close personal, shade step near the enemies, we're surrounded, we getting that bonus melee damage from being surrounded, slowing them, making that we slow them for our Dust Field Grenade as well. So we getting our uptime on our class ability back very quick, so we can spam clones as much as possible for this build to distract them so we can beat up on them. Fragments, we're rocking Facet of Awakening. Because we're not on arc, I wanted to still get Honor Traces. So since we're gonna be killing enemies for our glaive all day, we might as well get Honor Traces in the mix as well, so we can pour into that class ability usage. We really want our class ability back as much as possible in this build. Faster protection and our grenade, of course. Faster protection, so that we are surrounded, we get that damage resist, because that's the whole purpose of glaive, getting surrounded and beating up on enemies. We're rocking Faster Blessing, which I love this in prismatic that is not inside art. So whenever we get melee final blows, it will start health regeneration for us. Faster Purpose, like I said, for the restoration. Faster of Dawn, so we do throw our Threaded Spike whenever we do. We'll get that extra radiant for that 5 seconds. Just remember to swap to throw the Threaded Spike and then go back to swinging your glaive. This one's kind of indifferent on having on, but I didn't know what to replace it with, to be honest. So this is a free slot because it's going to be rare for you to actually pop this since you're going to be fighting with your glaive most of the time. You could put on Acrobat Dodge to get that radiant for your glaive damage, but it's the cooldown is so long, I don't want to ruin the main purpose of this build, which is putting out a clone. And then of course we're rocking Faster to Hope, so when you got them elemental buffs on, we get that, I believe, 60% extra cooldown on our class ability. Fragments we're rocking is Machine Gun Overload, because we are rocking Machine Gun. Sidearm, because we're rocking the sidearm in this build. We rocking Tina, so that we can freeze targets. Like I said, we want that shadow damage from melee damage on them. When targets are frozen, you get bonus melee damage on them. So I want to get that as much as possible on purpose. So I got Tina to trigger that with Chill Clip. And Tina is just good at every champion stunt in the game as well. And then y'all know I love Watchful Eye. Watchful Eye is just an amazing gun. We got Wellspring on it so we get kills, help us get our shade step back quicker. And then we got Rolling Storm on it so we can get amplified as well while using this gun. Alright. And of course bolt charges. So you're rocking overclock and low, we're rocking arc weapons so we can reload quicker and whatnot. That's all you need in the second column. First column, machine gun, sidearm, and then of course glaive stop unstoppables and flinch regular enemies as well. Rocking Hold the Line in our third column, we need this so you get health back when you are killing enemies with glaives. We're rocking Dielectric, so when you kill an arc debuff target, you get some bolt charges. But also too, we're rocking the boosted version of it as well, so when we do kill arc debuff targets, we get an orb of power and some health back. So stack that two together, survivability is really good. Swing it on enemies, jolting them and stuff with the glaive. And then we're rocking Photonic Flare in the third slot, so when we do kill enemies that are severed, which we got Threaded Spike for, Threaded Spike on purpose, then go to glaive, kill them, it'll do a blind explosion to them so that we can blind the enemies in the area, giving them arc debuff that pours into Dielectric as well to get some bolt charges and health back. And it's work for our machine gun, because our machine gun is an overload machine gun, which causes it exhaust. So every time we kill somebody with machine gun, we blind them, we do a blind explosion and kill them. This is to replace the whole not having arc fragment that special and heavy weapons blind targets. We don't need that. We got Photonic Flare to cause that. So if people's worried about blinding, don't worry, we got that covered here in this build. We're rocking Flash over, so when we get max bolt charge, we get amplified in this build still. Even though arc kills get amplified anyway, this is good to strengthen the bolt charge damage as well and give amplified. And then of course we're rocking Nobel, so when we get rapid melee glaive kills, we'll get special ammo, so we don't have to worry about special ammo, so we don't have to rock special finisher, well, the dread finisher up here. We don't have to rock this, because we're going to be getting special ammo from melee killing enemies. But then also too, when we block damage with glaives, increase the melee damage to targets. Make sure you're blocking and shooting with this, and then swinging on enemies. I did it a lot. That damage is insane. I'll throw the damage number on the screen. Then we got Defibrillating Blast, so we do bolt charges, do more damage. When we stun a champion, we get max charges, and then like I said, bolt charge can do more damage because now it jolts targets now, and we get health back when we do bolt charges now as well. Then we're rocking heavy ordnance regeneration, so we get our grenade and melee back quicker, but we're mostly here for that damage resist, so we can stay locked and loaded, close up and personal, swinging on the enemies with our glaive. I wouldn't rock anything else in this last slot. Even though we're using golden gun, we won't be using golden gun. Okay, so we're not rocking a limit break or anything like that. All right, the mods are very important in the armor here. 2 special ammo finisher finders. I know we got the artifact, but just in case, we want to make sure we always have uptime on our special ammo. You can replace one of them with heavy ammo. I didn't seem like I got close to running out of special ammo, so you can replace this with 1 heavy ammo finder for the machine gun. We're rocking arc siphon because we got arc weapons going on. Want to make as many oils as light as possible for this build, so we keep restoration up. Our arm piece, we're rocking impact induction, so we cause melee damage with our straight spike. We get grenade cooldown. We're doing the same thing for a class ability with our grenade, and then we're rocking same thing for our power melee for our class ability. Trying to get that class ability uptime much as possible. Like I said, chest piece, you gotta make sure you have melee damage resistance on. You're gonna be up close and personal non-stop with the glaive, so you want to have that extra damage resistance when you're up and personal with them. Leg piece, insulation, again, you want your class ability as much as possible for this build. We're being very aggressive here. And then of course recuperation, and then an arc weapon surge. We don't need better already because we got restoration in this build. And then class item, you need to make sure you have 2 powerful attractions on, and Reaper. It's mandatory. So when you are up close and personal, when you finna die or feel like you're in a dying situation, you shade step, it's most likely gonna be an orb laying on the ground around you inside the little cluster fuck that's going on with killing all the enemies close up. You shade step, it picks up an orb off the ground, you're back and good, ready to go to kick some ass again. So those armor mods are very important. Other than that, that's the build. Hope you guys enjoy it. I got another glaive build coming out that I think gonna be way more powerful than this one. I'm not gonna lie, I'm not gonna flex. It's probably gonna be like the meta glaive build that you probably should run this season to do some insane crap. Okay, anyway, love you guys, appreciate you guys always, and until next time, stay up.